Let's go 10 seconds for station identification. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here at Beyond the Airways, the Infinity Project. And since it's Monday, that means it's time for Monday Mania. That means we can keep track of what the heck happened over the weekend, including several big upsets in March Madness already. After all, they're still playing the second round right now.
That's true.
Because remember, usually it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This year it became Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So this
Now,
should be the last day of March Madness.
No, it's the last day of the second round. The next up is the Sweet 16 this weekend, and thankfully it goes back to normal. Saturday and Sunday, and then after that we have the Final Four. Of course, the semifinal will be on the Saturday. The final is always on a Monday. So, and
yeah,
unless I miss my guess, I think Saturday, the Sunday in between this year, is Easter.
uh,
Not right, yeah.
it's April 4th, so
Mm-hmm.
you tell me.
Yeah, Easter's April 4th. Let me see. This weekend is the first second. Sweet 16 going to the Final Four is 27, 28. Yeah, it'll be the third it'll be April 3rd for the semifinal, April 5th for the national championship. That would put
Cool.
Easter right in between.
Well, paint up your Easter eggs like basketballs then.
Yep, exactly.
I was going
All
to
right.
say, I think tonight most people are going to find out why they call me B Button.
Well,
All right. Well, anyway, let's get to the intro, shall we? I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined on the line by 5 of my crazy cohorts. First, to my immediate left is our master and creator, Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today?
I'm good.
Sounding good. And yes, you can check out the light on his headphones. They'll hypnotize you. I'm kidding.
No, it's actually, these are brand new headphones. If anyone's interested, they're Logitech G Series 775 light speed headphones. Have 7.1 surround sound emulation.
Oh
And
shit! Don't start, internet.
Oh, I
and
thought you were
Yep.
talking about. Sorry,
My
Janet.
problem.
Sorry.
Mike and Ashley can both tell you how
I am
amazing these
booted.
sounds.
Okay. All right. Over to my immediate right. Yeah, is our star child Janet, who looks like she's having internet issues again. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is. But at least if I get booted out of the call, I come right back to it.
Yeah. Then to my bottom
So
left
I'm
we
not
have
too worried
both.
about it.
Yeah. To my bottom left we have both Joker and Oracle. I will get it out of my mouth
Yodel?
somehow.
Yodel?
Hello, Mike and
Happy
Ash.
Monday, everyone.
Hey, Mike.
And finally, to my bottom right is our resident B button, John. Hello, John.
Hey, Shirley. I'm not
And
gargling.
let's
No,
let's
you're
not
fine.
forget in Oddball's screen, she has, I don't know how many different action figures behind her head. So
Oh, let's just say I've been collecting a lot over the years,
looks
especially
like,
Funkos.
I got 10 so far, 15, actually 14.
How many of those things do you have?
I think I have about 80 or 90.
Nice.
so it's not just us 5 or 6. It's also
It's an audience. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's right. We have an
Good
audience.
If it
audience.
No, I'm
helps to
kidding.
practice for a speech, it helps.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said if it helps you practice for a speech, it helps.
Yeah, it does. At least if they start talking back, then we have a problem.
Exactly.
I think that's already happened to you a few times.
All right. Well, anyway, of course, one of the big things that happened this weekend, of course, was the first and second round of March Madness, and right now the second is actually going on right now as we speak. So by the end of the night, we're going to find out which 16 teams are going to go on for the weekend. Alabama better be one of them. But I will tell you this right now. If you had either Ohio State or Illinois winning it all, you probably tore up your damn bracket because both lost. And guess what? The Ohio State lost to, of all places, Oral Roberts. And
Roberts
then,
University?
huh?
Oral Roberts University?
Yes. Yep. And
Oral
then,
orals.
yep. And then, I think it was yesterday or Saturday. It was Saturday. The Fighting Illini fell. They were the number one, and they lost to Loyola Chicago. And there's a very unique story about that because there's this I forgot what her name is, but she tries to go there for every game and such for Loyola, and it's like she brings them luck. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I think it's Sister. Is it Sister Jean?
She a
Yeah,
nun?
Sister Jean. That's it.
She a nun, or is that just a title she gave herself?
She is. Let's see. Uh, Jean Dolores Schmidt, BVM, popularly known as Sister Jean, is a chaplain for the Loyola Ramblers men's basketball team of Loyola University Chicago and a religious sister of the Sisters of Charity of the Blessed
Called it.
Virgin Mary.
Called it.
And unbelievably, she is 101 years old.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. Oh, I gotta see. This is from ESPN. I trust ESPN, so. But let me see. Here it is. I'm going to let me put the link in everywhere, so I'm going to put it all over the place. So bear with me. Growl.
Growl.
First in the
Brow
Zoom.
Hisker.
First in the Zoom chat. Secondly, in the Twitch chat. And thirdly, in the Discord chat. That way you can put in the story repository. Didi, get out of my repository! Alright, so anyway, we got that in there. And now, if you give me just a second here, I'm going to put the Google Chrome in there somewhere. Okay, bear with me. I'm sorry for the black screen, everybody. Boom, there it is. Alright. Okay, so.
No scoop. There it is.
Alright, so anyway. Loyola Chicago upsets top-seeded Illinois in NCAA tournament after Sister Jean's pregame prayer. So here we go. And of course, this is from yesterday. Loyola Chicago carried out 101-year-old superfan Sister Jean's plan to a T on Sunday, moving to the Sweet 16 with a 71-58 win over Illinois, the first number one seed bounced from this year's NCAA tournament. I'm not going to go into details about the scoring and such, but they did befuddle a powerful Illinois offense to return to the second weekend 3 years after their last magical run to the Final Four. The Ramblers will next play Oregon State, which beat Oklahoma State 80-70. Their 2018 trip to the Final Four was headlined by Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, the venerable team chaplain, who received both COVID-19 vaccination shots and clearance to travel to Indianapolis to see what inspiration she could provide in 2021. Before taking in most of this game from the luxury suite, sitting in her wheelchair and decked out in her trademark maroon and gold scarf,
Wonder if she's a Potterhead.
Huh? Yeah, she.
Wonder if she's a Potter fan.
That's a good question. Anyway, she delivered a pregame prayer that could have been stripped straight from a John Wooden handbook. As we play the Fighting Illini, we ask for special help to overcome this team and get a great win, she said. We hope to score early and make our opponents nervous. We have a great opportunity to convert rebounds as this team makes about 50% of layups and 30% of its 3 points. Our defense can take care of that. From her mouth to their ears. It's been a whole season of that. That's our defense. Let's see, what was the guy's name? Cameron Krutwig.
Krudwig.
Krutwig. Uh, Krutwig said, "It's not just a 48-hour scout. We've been working our whole season for this. Working our whole season on. I guess people kind of forgot we were the number one defense in the country this year. People chalk it up to being a mid-major. Let's see. I'm not going to go to all those details about the team. Let's see. I definitely feel like I let my team down today. Oh, that's for that. That's Illinois. Let's see. There's a chance for more. It's a tournament of events that Sister Jean could see happening. Before the game, she suggested Loyola, the I think it's the Mountain Valley Conference champs who won 25 games this season, might have gotten a raw deal with number 8 seeding that put it up against the number 1 so early. There was one way to deal with that, and to anyone outside of Champaign or now holding a freshly obliterated bracket, it's hard to argue this Loyola team isn't the breath of fresh air this tournament in a bubble sorely needed. Uh, let's see. Sure, there have been upsets, some drama, and little teams doing big things. But there's nobody quite like Sister Jean to put the whole thing in perspective. The Ramblers in March Madness, it's a hard habit to break. And Loyola didn't want Sunday to end, staying on the court while post-game interviews took place. I wanted them to enjoy the moment, Coach Porter Moser said. Our fans were all there. They didn't want to leave. Security was going to have to get them to leave. I wanted them to stay out and enjoy it. That etches in your memory. All the work that you put in, all the effort and sacrifices you make. I didn't want to rush into the locker room, stand behind Krutwig. I wanted everyone to enjoy that moment a little longer with the fans. Aww.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's nice. It's nice to know that Sister Jean is still there, even at 101.
Well, who knows? She takes good care of herself. She might make it to 110.
That's true. You're right.
Of
No.
course, if she lives to be 110, hopefully she does not in that time think to take a sup of Johnny Jump Up.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
That's fine. Let me see. I never did sign up for the bracket challenge. I just want to see the bracket. I was like, schedule. Here we go.
I think St. Patty's Day may last for a week with me these days.
Yeah. Oh, St. Patty's Day is so crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to all the scores here. Okay. Let's see. Of course, the big one was, of course, Illinois fell. Baylor won. Syracuse won. Baylor fell. Let's see. Uh, Oral Roberts is in the Sweet 16. They beat Florida. It's like sweet.
I think John can say that he had fun this weekend himself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, having enjoyed Mongolian beef on pizza and then dragon rolls and a pork katsu bento box, I'd say he's probably right.
Hmm.
You're ever up in our neck of the woods, Shirley, we'll introduce you to the joys of fongs.
Cool. Because I do know what a bento box is, believe it or not. I think I
Yeah.
just discovered it like not too long ago. Let's see. All right, now we got a live update here because there are still two games going. Alabama's playing Maryland, and Alabama is killing Maryland 70-49.
Nice.
That's a massacre. That's not a death.
Yeah, but let me put it this way: there's still 11:24 left in the second half, so trust me when I say this, it ain't over till that final buzzer goes.
Well, I know.
You should have a large set woman make the sound of the buzzer.
How about you?
No thanks.
Well, I can do it pretty well.
Didn't catch that, Mike.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah, Oregon beat Iowa. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Gonzaga's still in there. That's
Well,
UCLA.
Gonzaga's always still in there because they're one of those teams that no one really expects to be damn good, but year
Yeah.
after year They surprise everyone.
God, I still remember 1999 when Gonzaga came out of the blue
What's up,
with no.
Janet? Janet, what were you doing now?
I was trying to. Uh, I'll tell you later.
All right, but yeah. Meanwhile, it looks like USC and Kansas is 7:21 left in the first half. USC is up by 8. So, like I said, those are the only two games left, and by the time this show's over, we won't know who won yet. Well, maybe we might know the one of the
Well,
Alabama
you know what?
Maryland game.
Channel 5 shows it in the morning,
Yeah,
back to back.
yeah,
From
because they have a bunch of games going on. Usually with them is always Thursday and Friday. I know. Let's see. I still get the prices right, but then it goes right into it at 11 a.m. here. But this
we
year,
don't even get the prices right till 2. But
yeah,
anyway, um, okay, part of it is shown in the morning. We have back to back games
uh huh,
from like 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon.
mhm,
And then TBS, TNT, and Court TV, True TV
mhm,
show the playoffs.
right,
And maybe one or two other ones in there.
yeah. But this is why I love March Madness. It's so unpredictable.
Like
I
the
think
weather.
Mhm. I
I
enjoy the
think you're
unpredictability.
unpredictable, Shirley.
Well, of course I'm unpredictable. If I were predictable, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Well, whatever it was, we could all figure it out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, but life is unpredictable. And speaking of unpredictable, we may have another shot at some crazy weather here again.
nice.
But then again, it is this time of year. That's right, folks. It's the least wonderful time of the year.
Oofda.
Although it's me and Shirley's partially favorite time.
Where the wind will be blowing and it might be snowing.
And
Despite
someplace
spring being
tornadoes. No, but seriously, I mean, there have been situations where it's like there's a blizzard up north and tornadoes down south at the same time. So,
that gives a whole new meaning to the phrase March Madness.
Right
mhm.
back.
Okay. I
I
shall
think
threateneth. I thinketh. Okay.
I think Gina is the queen of March Madness.
Why'st I talk like Shakespeare? I have no idea.
Because you're a dork.
Last year, York, I knew him well. My
Mhm.
kingdom for a horse.
A horse. A horse. My kingdom for a horse.
Yeah, I got some good trivia for you.
What's up?
Do you know the guy who played Ernest P. Worrell started out in Shakespeare?
Jim Varney? Oh, damn, I did not
Yep.
know that.
There is actually footage of him, I think, reciting from Hamlet. And then as soon as he's done with the line, he says, "Know what I mean, Vern?"
That's cool.
Sounds like something you'd like.
Me?
Yeah. Know what I mean,
I just-
Vern?
I just wish the guy were still alive. I mean,
Yeah, that was sad.
been
That was
dead
sad. I
21 years.
loved him when Ernest had his own. Ernest had his own show at one
Yeah.
point. So,
You know, he started out just being a commercial mascot.
hmm then he ended up with his own show, his own movie.
Several of his own movies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
His own brain cells.
And the lung cancer that ultimately killed him.
Yeah, he did smoke, right?
Yes, he smoked a lot.
hmm Yeah, it's sad. People still smoke. I mean, my father smoked for a long time, and unfortunately, it ended up killing him too.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
I'll
that's
tell you
one thing.
something. Tell you something a lot of people don't know. I found this out when I was an adult. Apparently, Ernest wasn't Jim Varney's only persona. He
Oh.
actually had a drill sergeant persona, an
Hmm.
old lady persona, and was even experimenting with a Southern Belle persona named Bunny Jeanette.
Oh God.
I have found footage of this on YouTube.
I believe it. I totally believe it. You can almost find anything on YouTube nowadays.
Oh yeah.
There's one I want to find so badly because I remember Ty Pennington. He had an E behind the story episode. It was only 30 minutes, but he had done like a video called A Disposal, a disposal. And he was acting,
Nice.
he was acting funny and crazy. I was like, that's the one thing I've never been able to find on YouTube. I'd love to be able to find it because it's like
If you
it's a
can't
film
find it
short.
there,
Mm,
if you can't find it there, try looking on Dailymotion or Bing.
okay.
Second. A disposal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Let me see some.
Michael, get back here.
No. Oh, come on. We have lives, Frodo. I'm kidding. Let's see. Anyway,
You shall have to leave. No leaving.
yeah, but I'll tell you this. Anyway,
Wait
I'm
a
getting.
minute. I may be aiming in the wrong direction on this one.
Pour it on Janet. Pour it all over Janet.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. I've been, going into my second week at work. Changing to 8 to 5, it has really made a difference. It's getting a lot. It's already getting better.
Working 8 to 5. What a way to make a living.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
All over B button.
According to my screen, this is all over Mike's head.
Well, on my screen it was B
Mm.
button.
Oh, according to my screen, you missed completely. That's
Look
the,
at
that's the
on,
beauty of this.
there.
In case you're wondering what I was trying to show, they have these YouTube videos on called The Logic of Among Us.
Hmm.
And they're little Among Us cartoons.
Oh,
I've seen a couple of those.
Hey, can we ask you a question, Janet?
Depends on what the question is.
What's your logic when you play?
Well,
Don't answer that. You'll give it away.
yeah.
I have no logic.
Now, Shirley,
Yes.
a disposal, was that spelled Alpha Delta
Well-
India Sierra Space Papa Oscar Sierra Alpha Lima? Or was it
Yes.
spelled like, okay.
Mm-hmm. I've always been wanting to find that one because he made it like back in the '90s though, so I don't even know if it's even there. If it is, that would make me happy because I've always wanted to see. Look. Oh, by the way,
What
I
was
was
the
so
name of the guy who did it?
Ty Pennington.
And how do you spell his name?
Tango. Oh, what was Y? Yellow.
Yankee?
Tango yellow. Um,
No, yeah, Y is Yankee. Tango Yankee.
Tango Yankee. Um, but I'll just do regular letters. P E.
Um, I think I found him. Let's see.
What
Yes.
video are you looking for, Cheryl?
Adis Pozal.
Mm,
Is that the one where he gets goosed by a goose?
no.
He was doing a show in Great Britain, and he got goosed in the crotch by a goose.
Yeah.
I think Janet wants to get goosed by a goose.
I have been goosed by a goose. It does not feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's even better?
What?
What's even worse?
What?
Get goosed by a chicken in the nut sack.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey,
Did
you know
Mike
that-
just cringe?
Yes, I did.
especially if it's a rooster.
Ooh, just be glad the roosters don't try to get your nutsack with that spur they have on their feet.
Ooh,
Don't give
ouch.
him any ideas, Janet.
Yeah.
The rooster or Frodo?
Does it matter?
Well, thanks. I'm not a rooster last I checked. I don't have a spur on my foot.
But anyway, that's how come.
But I do have plenty of blades.
I believe that's what he meant when he said, "Don't give you any ideas."
Um, kind of.
Hmm.
Roosters don't need to think, go for the crotch. So,
They just slash and burn and peck,
yeah.
and they have one hell of a pecker on their beaks when they get pissed off.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That was bad pun.
Well, I didn't want Twitch to get the wrong idea.
Mm.
Hard to believe there's actually a movie out there called Pecker, and it's not pornographic in the least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's one for you.
Yeah.
Who all here remembers the movie Powder?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
I've heard of it, haven't seen it.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Powder?
Oh, I've never heard
Isn't
of it
one of the
either.
characters in it a guy who's all white, like powder?
He's an albino. He has albinism, yes.
Okay.
And for some reason the albinism caused a genetic glitch, for lack of a better term, that gave him unnatural empathetic abilities.
So, having no pigmentation in your skin gives you the ability.
Don't ask me to explain that. It makes no sense on a scientific level.
Yeah, I just have one question. Actually, two. What were the screenwriters smoking when they thought that up, and where can I get some?
Same material, brand new, unpainted cedar.
Well, I don't know, but it was actually a very sweet movie.
Speed record for doing this
Sweet as in nice.
In other words, no blood, guts, and gore.
It really wasn't a bloody, gutty, gory movie. It was more of an inspirational movie, if you will.
And they're like kind of burnt, you know. They're beginning to wear down.
Does that make sense?
You just can't keep doing this without sleep or rest. They're very tired. They need more help.
That
they're
was
doing
my
a
pet
great
snake.
job, but there's so much work to be done.
Hold
in
on a
this
minute.
song.
Let me
That's
see
my
if I
pet.
can find
That
it.
was my
Our
pet
team
snake,
comes
Reggie.
Okay, the problem we have here is that our framers are spent. So I'm wondering if you and I can, like old times.
Yeah, it was made in 1995.
do it, man. We can make it happen. Let's help them out.
We've done it before.
Who played the lead role?
Put on their
John Patrick Flanery.
Hold on.
And help frame the house.
We can't do anything else until we have a house, and you know,
Yep,
priorities first.
Sean Patrick Flannery
My hat goes off
with
to the framers.
no.
Jeff
Keep going and going
Goldblum.
and going.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
Apparently,
What?
What?
according to Wiki, his empathy comes from the fact that his brain possesses a
Guys get
powerful,
tired of between
quote,
2 and 4.
electromagnetic
Things start to slow
charge,
down, so
unquote,
I thought it'd be a good idea for morale
Which,
if I fired up the
causes
pokes and
electrical
barbecue
objects
and cooked them some hamburgers and hot
malfunction
dogs.
when he's
Food
around
that
them,
sticks to the
especially
ribs.
when he becomes emotional, and also for some reason prevents hair growing on his body.
We cooked everybody a meal in the middle of the night. Hamburger, hot dog.
Yeah, I knew it was some odd genetic glitch of some kind, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Well, you want to know
It
something?
wasn't, but it requires more suspension of disbelief than
Morale
Oh,
has
what's
really
a good
turned around. I think we're
movie
going to
featuring a
finish
lot
on
of
time.
Deus Ex
Thank you, Paul.
Machina?
Please go to bed.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There's a good one.
Well, you want to know something? When you go to a movie, aren't you supposed to be suspending reality for a couple of hours?
Yes and no, Jet. You're supposed to be escaping reality, but the movie is supposed to follow the rules of its own reality. It, it, you know what Deus Ex Machina is, right?
No.
It's Latin for God out of a machine. Basically, it's a form of crappy storytelling where uh, problems that get out of hand are solved unrealistically.
On what?
But problems that have gotten out of hand get solved unrealistically to bring the movie to a quick close.
Mm-hmm.
Generally,
Okay.
because of the fact that we're not living in Greek times and you're not assuming that a Greek deity is going to come down onto the stage and magic everything right,
Mm-hmm.
generally anything with any kind of Deus Ex Machina requires a lot of suspension of disbelief.
Yeah,
Then that means most sci-fi.
that I, me personally, it's fun sometimes to have that suspension from disbelief because it's like I know it's not going to happen, but hell, I can dream, can't I?
Oh, okay. So here's how it all happened. Uh, Jeremy's mother, who Powder's mother, was struck by lightning while she was pregnant with him. She died shortly after the strike, but Jeremy survived
Mm.
How?
somehow.
How? Is that an example
Uh,
of what you were just trying to explain to me, John?
no, I'm not sure where that came from. Was that from the wiki article or somewhere else?
Yes, that is directly from the wiki article.
Okay, hold on. Oh, yep. Wow.
It's me.
It's like,
No, 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 no.
No,
hey
no.
kids,
Sorry,
play in the rain. If
I'm
you're
playing
struck by
Super Mario
lightning and
64
survive,
on a
it's
emulator. Ah,
Oh,
crap.
okay.
Mike,
Yes.
bad boy.
What you gonna
Why am I a
do?
bad boy?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Sorry, you
Firstly,
said bad boy, so I was like, yeah, we couldn't resist that one.
yeah, I never watched Cops too much.
Well, hey.
Saw
Listened to
every
some
single
Cascaded
episode
as
more
I
than
did.
once, and I was still in the snit when they canceled it. When it got canceled just as it started up its 31st
Uh,
season.
Janet, put your mic down.
No, I had it up because I was blowing into my pen to get my ink to flow.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just ran out of ink on that one.
Okay, so yeah, Powder was an interesting movie.
Hmm.
But yeah, what made me think about that was the idea of empathy. I don't know where it came from. I'm
Well,
sorry.
Need to
it does say
apologize.
he's an empath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, speaking of crazy things, back on Friday, a Disney Plus debuted The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
nice.
Yep.
after
And
I
you're
needed to watch
insane
that
for
yet.
it.
Yeah, to me it turned pretty. And something else, I just found this out today. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the most watched Disney Plus premiere ever.
Wow. Even more than Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking Disney Plus here, so I don't know if that would count.
Well,
But it was like
Hold
the
on.
most watched premiere ever for a Disney Plus show.
actually, that would make sense compared to that.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. Some
Yeah,
had, I don't know.
tomorrow we need to watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Catch up.
Now I will tell you this right now. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit of salty language in this one too. A couple shits in there.
Oh, I thought it was a couple of F bombs.
No. Let's see. I'll give you one free spoiler. Don Cheadle's in it.
Oh, what part did he play?
Rhodey. Jim Rhodes. Basically, Terrence Howard originated the role in the first Iron Man, but he left, and then Don Cheadle took over after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So this
but
poor guy got half of his glitter teeth stolen.
ooh. But that Marvel Cinematic Universe is just taking off. Disney Plus is helping. I think Black Widow. I think they're planning on getting Black Widow out in theaters. Not real well. I know if they're going to do Disney Plus, they're going to do that $30 thing again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait till
I'd
it
rather
comes
go
out
see it in
regularly.
the theater. I'd
Huh?
rather go
Oh
sit in the
yeah.
theater and see it.
Yeah. Well, you see, it depends on where you are. Some places have theaters open, others don't. So.
Right. We got a theater not too far from where we live.
Right.
Nice.
Use me.
You're fine.
So far so good for the Falcon. I was kind of hoping, are they going to get together? Start working together. Did not quite happen in this episode, but that's okay. It was kind of a setup, but the ending kind of shocked me a little bit. But then again, I'm not really surprised because I'm just gonna basically say this: the original actor, he wasn't available, so let's just put it that way. As I
Did they
think,
get to replace him?
I forgot the guy's name. Wyatt something. Wyatt Mitchell or something. I think.
Are you
So
sure?
is this?
Are you sure it wasn't Wyatt Earp?
No, it was definitely not Wyatt Earp.
So surely this took place between Endgame and the movie before it.
It's after Endgame.
So, one thing I also got today from one of my packages makes me happy as a technician.
What was that?
We could have used this on Saturday, John.
What is
I
it?
can't tell.
Hold it still.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What is it,
Looks
Frodo?
like a scraper.
That is a bending wrench.
Ah.
That's something you can use to wedge in between tight spaces to pull plates apart.
Ah.
Unfortunately, given
Yeah,
what was resisting us, it wouldn't have helped all that much,
but yeah.
How did you get rid of
Oh.
that busted up, that bulging battery?
That's
I know
gone.
you didn't.
considered
We took-
blowing it up, but we ended up taking it to Batteries Plus instead.
Yeah, for proper disposal.
Yeah, because
Believe
the
they may
amount
have
of
saved it and tried to
bulge that thing had, the amount of bulge that thing had made me pause. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Could I ask you a
It was
question,
like-
Frodo? Where
What?
would I find the battery pack on mine? Would it be somewhere on the bottom?
Usually, yes. And depending on your computer, it could be in the very back or right under your trackpad. Computer companies put them wherever they can fit them, pretty
Yeah,
much.
like I know mine
Alright,
on
well-
my laptop. Mine is like on the back end. You take the thing out. There's your battery. It's that whole little part.
But
So,
one thing I will say, though, is this. When I was holding that battery, because I literally held the battery while we transported it to Batteries Plus to get rid of it.
Did it get warm on you?
No,
it didn't.
thank God. If it would have gotten warm, that window would have went right down, and that would have went out the window.
oh crap!
I wouldn't have taken any chances if that fricker would have heated up at all. I've been
Yeah.
like, John, pull over, window
Oh,
down, shoot, get that fucker out of here.
Get that.
what would you have done if there would have been a cop behind you? Then what?
I tell him that it was either I throw it out and maybe set a little bit of grass on fire,
Or
I leave it in the car
Mm-hmm.
and you deal with an exploding car and 3 deaths.
Mm.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing too, honestly.
Yeah. Do
Mhm.
what you gotta
I,
do. What you gotta do.
but
It's like
no,
there was like a job I was trying to do, and the printer we have has this multi-punch capability. Like it punches those little rectangular holes and such. And unfortunately, what was going on was something started to slow it down, and it eventually jammed up. But the good news is we have an old-fashioned multi-punch machine, so it's like
Jan,
okay, when you can't have
Shirley,
Plan A, go to Plan B.
Shirley,
Yes.
you know how Mike posted a picture of the battery yesterday on the Facebook chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull it up and show it on Twitch so that they can understand what we're talking about.
Okay, give me just a second here.
Seconds up.
Wait, hold on. Be patient.
Seconds up.
Patience, young Padawan.
Patience, Padawan.
I thought you didn't have any, Frodo.
Have any what?
Patience.
I may
Okay,
not,
there
but
it is.
Janet does.
All right, there it is.
Okay. So to explain what you're seeing on that picture, and yes, I have a good memory, so I can tell you. Each of those bulges that you see along the line of the battery is an individual cell. Each cell of a lithium ion battery tends to be about 2 to 3 volts, give or take,
Mm-hmm.
and they're usually linked together in series. Okay, the in between parts are the bridges that hold the cell together and provide physical support.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you can see all three cells clear as day, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, those cell points that were bulged
Mm-hmm.
were hard.
Ooh.
Not like not like gently soft, but like metal hard.
Oh.
Okay. So if we would have taken my hammer like I had thought about doing
Like I
to it,
said, Frodo, I'd have tried to rig up a makeshift mechanism so we could do it from a safe distance, but
Sarah flipped out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
She probably
And
said,
We'll do
"No,
it
honestly,
next time,
don't
don't
do it!
worry.
Don't do it!"
no,
Well,
and then after I saw how the battery was and felt it, I was more
No way.
leer.
No how.
Mm,
I wasn't stupid enough to risk it. It was just that bad.
I believe it. I honestly
So
believe it.
it seems stupid, but we could have had a good science experiment, but it was too dangerous.
Yeah, I hear you. Holy lithium ion battery, Batman.
Mhm.
Can you imagine if lithium ion
Well,
batteries were a thing
Shirley,
back in the
Mm-hmm.
60s?
Shirley,
Oh.
here's a good one for you on that. On that,
Mm-hmm.
Robin, it looks like the Joker's tried to taunt us. He has sent us a package full of what looks like manure. Holy horseshit, Batman!
So let's face it. When Robin was on, when Robin had that filmation tune and then the Super Friends, he'd say "Holy something something" all the time.
Holy
Thank
something Batman.
thank God that Batman the Animated Series stopped that.
Well, here's the thing you got to remember, guys. The 60s Batman was made when, thanks to, among other things, McCarthyism, people were really, really worried about what kind of examples comic books were setting.
Yeah.
Robin was supposed to be the example of the Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to set the example, so anytime he swore, he would make up something innocuous.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the 1960s Batman, I loved that show when I was a kid growing
Me
up.
too.
And now when I see it as an adult, I look at that, I look at it and I go, did I actually like to watch that shit?
Well,
I
and
do the
here's the
same
thing.
thing with just about everything I liked as a kid, Janet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
Here's
Frodo.
the thing. Back in those days, like John was talking about, there was something called the Comics Code Authority.
Exactly.
Yep.
And if you look even into the 90s, it still
Yeah.
had it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember a issue that I had of a one-shot comic called X-Men Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally had that CCA logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember when the CCA finally shut their mouths, but we wouldn't have Harley Quinn as we know her.
Which Harley Quinn are we
Could
talking
never
about?
have it.
Suicide Squad or animated series?
Animated, or any format, right?
Yeah, I'm actually putting Harley Quinn asterisk every
Okay,
Harley Quinn
hold on a second.
essentially.
Why would the CCA prevent Harley Quinn's formation?
Harley Quinn is an over sexualized character, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's even now. Harley Quinn is in the comics a hardcore sexualized character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's one of the few characters that is unabashedly bisexual in comic
No,
books.
she's also
There's
that way in Harley
unabashedly
Quinn, that Harley Quinn cartoon they showed not too, because I believe her and Ivy had a thing going.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
yes, they did. But what I was gonna say is, if the comic authority was still in force,
Oh,
that kind of
she would
thing
not
with the
survive today.
bisexuality.
She would not survive
What about
today.
what about Catwoman and Poison Ivy? Wouldn't they have?
They weren't as overt as Harley and Poison.
I'll tell you.
And that's the thing.
I'll tell you this, Frodo. Anybody who thinks Harley Quinn is too sexualized a character ought to watch what she does to get her own way when she's stuck in the backseat of the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Let me put it this way.
I'll give you $20 to leave.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any of it, but if you look at the distinction between the CCA era of comics, when the Comics Authority was in effect,
Mm-hmm.
and today, the differences are stark.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
you got Iron Man, who essentially glorified alcohol
Mm-hmm.
in the CCA days, because alcohol was considered the proper drug.
Yeah.
Okay, but nowadays, like even into the late 90s, early 2000s, when the CCA kind of
Petered out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you got the point that Tony Stark was addicted to alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where his demons started coming from throughout the rest of the series, is that fact that he was a drunk.
And look what happened to Robert Downey Jr. You know,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when I first came into that first time movie, I was extremely skeptical. When I walked out of that movie, I said that role of Tony Stark was custom made for Robert Downey Jr.
He was addicted to drugs and alcohol and actually
Yeah.
served time.
Yes, he did, and he got.
But
a
he
full pardon
came
from the
out of
governor.
that a better man.
and he
Yes.
got fully pardoned by the governor of California.
Yep.
So
He did really good. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't be remembered for what happened in the past,
hmm
because yes, he did fuck up. Let's just be blunt, honest.
Right.
He fucked
Hey,
up.
we're human.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't mess up every so often, we wouldn't be considered human, would we?
No.
Well, and let's take it to another level, you guys. Okay? Back, like I was mentioning, in the CCA era, alcohol, cigarettes were considered proper drugs. Nowadays, we've realized just how bad those drugs can be,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Right.
And we don't sensationalize it
Mm.
as much as we used to.
Yeah, because think about it. What if the CCA were still around when 9/11 happened?
I don't
If
like to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I'm not saying anything bad about the CCA.
Mm-hmm.
Like John said, it's a part of our history that we must acknowledge,
Yeah.
and it was a part of our history caused by McCarthyism and the Red Scare.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Frodo, you can say, as long as you don't act like it didn't happen, you can say as many bad things about it as you want.
Well, I will never deny history. That's one of the things that I am very competent of
Mm-hmm.
with this show is I will never deny the effect history has on the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it stands, with the CCA not really taking effect anymore, you're allowed to have more interesting comics,
Mm-hmm.
more adult themes in comics that actually deal with stuff that actually matter in life.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't count Vampirella in that category then.
Well, that's where the sexualization comes into play.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're trying to. I mean, sex sells. Let's
Yeah.
just be honest. Okay?
Turbulent juice.
Yep.
You know what
There
I'm
was
What?
a
talking about,
song.
right?
There was a song made by Creed back in 2001 called Signs. Okay? And it talks about how sex sells, God's not, Jesus is not part of the world, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Scott Stapp's a hardcore Christian, so let's just put it
Yeah.
that way.
There was also a song back in my time. It was called Signs. Signs, signs everywhere, sign
I think
blocking
that
up the
was
scenery.
Tesla that did that one.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
Tesla.
Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No,
not
Yes, it
that's
was.
not very old though,
no. Then,
Jan.
then the one by the five-man electrical band was a cover. Blocking up, sign everywhere, sign, blocking up the scenery, breaking my mind.
That's
Do this,
Tesla.
don't do. It's a
Yeah,
five-man electrical band. Do I
Okay.
have to look it up?
there.
How old is Tesla?
Shirley,
The
how old is
band. The
Tesla?
band. Was it like late 70s, early 80s? I think when this song was out.
Let me look it up. Hold on. Signs by the Five Man Electrical Band was made in 1971.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Blocking up the
Tesla
sign,
covered it.
signs everywhere, sign, blocking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs?
Okay. Well, you see, I
That
didn't
is
know about the
probably.
five-man electrical band, so I probably never heard
Yeah,
that version.
the Signs
Well,
by
it was
Tesla was 1990.
Okay.
Yeah.
well,
Okay. See, I didn't know about the
Shirley,
five-man electrical band.
my version came out before you were born.
Okay.
You were
I
born
got-
when?
Okay, I
All right,
stand
all right.
corrected. I stand
Jan,
corrected.
72?
hold on. Okay, the lyrics to this version of Signs that
When were you
Creed
born?
made.
Jan,
Shirley?
Janet,
let Frodo talk, please.
Okay, the version of Creed I'm talking about
Oh, no.
is not the version of signs I'm talking about is not talking about signs like physical signs,
mm-hmm.
but more logical signs, spiritual signs, if you will. Because here's the lyrics. Okay, and I'm just gonna read the second verse of this, okay?
Okay.
This is not about race. It's a decision to stop the division in your life, in our lives. This is not about sex. We all know sex sells and the whole world is buying in.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's like you know
it's a
the
it's a
cran.
completely
Go.
different song.
It's like then the cranberries. Let's see. Was it the cranberries that did zombie?
Yeah,
How's the
Yeah.
song go?
Yeah, and then I forgot the name of the group. They did an updated version of Zombie. They changed just a little bit of the lyrics. I just can't remember the name of the
Bad
band.
Wolves.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, they had
Bad
updated it
Wolves.
just a little bit. They just changed like a few words here and there, but didn't change that much. The brunt of the tune itself sounded the same for the
Here's
most
the
part.
Made
thing.
me think of this on a side
Here's
note.
Oh.
here's the crazy thing about that version of zombie you're talking about,
Mhm.
Shirley.
Mhm.
Um, the actual
Excuse
lead
me.
singer from the Cranberries.
Had just died.
Well, when she died,
Mhm.
she was actually in either in Hollywood or heading to Hollywood to directly participate in the making of the video for the Bad Wolves version.
Ah.
Nice.
Okay, if you watch the video for the Bad Wolves version, it actually makes mention of that.
Oh, okay. I'll have to keep that
I'm
in
gonna
mind.
was gonna tell you guys on a
Go ahead,
side
John.
note.
Sorry for interrupting you.
It's okay. You made me think of this with Bad Wolves. I still can't believe Eiffel 65 actually did a cover of The Bad Touch. I wish I were kidding.
No, I
I
believe you.
know you're not. I've heard it.
Yeah, it's like this is gonna sound crazy, but I was trying to find something from a couple years ago that I heard on Toonami, and someone directed me to it on YouTube. It was like, "That's it. That's the tune I've been looking for the past couple years." Because this was back in 17 when Toonami turned 20 years old. Of course, next year Toonami turns 25.
You're kidding.
Nope, Toonami will be 25
Nope.
years old next year. I still remember when it started.
Yeah,
It was June
I've
1st.
actually heard the
Yeah, it was June 1st,
I've
97.
heard the
No,
Eiffel
March.
65 version of the
Mm-hmm.
Bad Touch, and it wasn't as good as the Bloodhound Gang version.
I didn't
And the
think either
video
of
on the
them were that
Bloodhound Gang.
good, but
Mm-hmm.
oh,
No, they weren't. But the Bloodhound Gang version, its video was more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
And yes, I I use very big air quotes with that.
Frodo, I've only ever seen the thumbnail, and I just think I am really afraid of where this video is gonna go.
It goes, if you're thinking dogs humping people,
I'm
yeah,
thinking of furries humping people.
yeah,
And we gotta be
yeah,
careful. Twitch,
yeah.
please don't censor us.
Yes, please, Twitch, please. We
No,
apologize.
but you're right. You're right though. It is essentially a bunch of yiffing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but
A
anyway,
bunch of yiffing?
Okay, and let me get. I'm gonna try my best to delicately explain this so that Twitch doesn't get an aneurysm.
Wait, if Twitch
Um,
gets an aneurysm, we can say whatever we want.
All right, so to explain to Janet, you know what furries are, right?
Right, they're people who dress up as furry animals and engage in animal activities.
Okay, yiffing is the reproductive activity in furry form.
okay.
Gotcha.
Does that
And
make
Not a lot of
sense?
pleasant images come to mind, I take it.
yep.
Well,
Hey,
there's
explain more
actually.
after the show. Explain more
Well,
after the show.
hold on. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there are actual furry conventions out there
Mm-hmm.
where if you actually look closely at the schedule of events, you'll see a bunch of 18 plus things going on
Mm-hmm.
after like 10 o'clock, and 99% of the time those devolve in some way to yiffing.
A makeout session.
Okay. Yeah, because
Or
I.
No,
what?
not a
Or,
makeout
or
session.
Mm-hmm.
Not a makeout session, Janet. Straight up, you know what.
Okay.
well, I think a makeout session was as close as I could get to it without us getting in trouble with Twitch.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I think I did pretty well there myself.
well, here's
As
something
you did
interesting.
indeed.
I was watching like a video on YouTube with news bloopers and all. One of them actually had Joe Scarborough, Mika, I forgot her last name, and Willie Geist. They were talking about a furry convention where everybody was forced to evacuate because some kind of intentional gas leak or something. And Joe and Mika both started laughing, and Mika was just told exactly how a furry convention works, and she like ran off. She ran off, and Joe said, "Mika, come back! Where are you going?" That was too funny.
You
Yeah,
told me too much already, and you're getting ready to tell me more.
it, it gets yeah, it gets relatively intriguing. It would be a term, but
Hmm.
I don't know how descriptive I could be other than that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something funny I saw. There was a show on Spike TV called A Thousand Ways to Die.
Oh, I remember that.
And one of the episodes had this guy. He got higher in a kite and he was trying to find a lady friend. And he happened to stumble into a furry convention in the middle of the desert.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And unfortunately, he mistook a live bear for a furry.
Oops.
Oh.
Well, something like that's
What?
gonna happen.
Da 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 dum.
Enough said.
Da da
Enough
da
said.
dum.
I still
Because
think my
I,
favorite is
I,
what's your favorite, John?
the guy who
I'm
managed to decapitate himself with a hedge trimmer trying to trim his hedges by swinging it like a lasso.
Oh
I
yeah.
think he was doing that to try and impress a girl.
Yes, he was.
Oh boy.
what
Okay.
man? Here's what is crazy. I can say this as a man. I'm glad I've never went to that kind of extreme to impress a woman, but there are men who I believe have a serious uh systemic lack
Mhm.
of active brain cells that I could see
AKA
doing
common
something
sense.
like that.
Yeah.
AKA
I'll
common
tell you
sense.
Proto, guys, I will tell you the worst once we're off the air.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of off the air, it's after 10. I gotta get some sleep because I want to get ready for a new day at work tomorrow. And
Well,
I'll tell
I'm
you right
glad
now,
somebody finally found a job that they hit it off the first day with.
yeah, like I said, I'm really having a new job. You know, so and
Yay.
I hope to be there for a long time because one of the people I'm helping, she's actually gonna be retiring in May. So, but yeah, it's
Okay.
a but I'll tell you right now, well where I'm at now, Goodwin Mills and Kaywood, it's already a great start.
Take that time.
So I'm looking forward to more things. I'm learning new things. I'm getting I've got some challenges, and you know what? It's like I'm gonna do it one step at a time, one task at a time. So,
Cross. Okay, that first bridge. Cross it.
mhm,
Then do the second task and so on and so
mhm.
forth. And you'll do good.
Yeah. In fact, I got both things done. I got both of the
Well,
tasks I needed to get done, and I ended up finishing all my cybersecurity training.
Very nice.
Nice.
Mhm.
Hey, Shirley, you know that one test you couldn't get from LabCorp?
Yeah.
Did you finally get it?
I got it. Yeah, I got it on last Monday actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I finally
Well,
got that
I'm
done.
gonna say this. I'm glad you got a good job going. I'm proud of you for doing that. And I
Mhm.
want to say I'm also proud of Ashley. She's
Probably sound asleep.
doing well in her job, you guys.
Mhm. Yep.
Doing
Well,
very well, but let's just say that
Ashley,
that her job need to hire more people.
Yeah.
where's she
That's the
working,
biggest
Mike?
challenge.
She
Because
works at
I
the
may be.
hotel, right?
She works at Staybridge.
Yeah, the hotel.
Let's just say this real quick. Saturday she had 22, no 19. Sunday she had 22, and today 19. And there
Uh,
are only two people all 3 days.
Ooh.
Right?
they really need to hire more
Yeah.
housekeeping staff.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
an understatement.
Yeah. I think what's going on is I think part of the issue is there may have been some people out because of COVID-19. It could be it could be anything. Now, of course,
This
of
is
course, there are gonna be
true.
those people making excuses saying, "Hey, it's my spring break. I don't need to come in." It's like, excuse me, pal. When you get into the real world, say goodbye to spring break,
Exactly.
because that's how it works.
My friend that worked at Walgreens before she passed had the same problem.
Mhm. Yeah,
They'd
everybody's
hire all these young people
and
who'd quit in a couple of weeks because they couldn't get their time off to go to
spring
go
break.
go to parties.
Well, me, it's like I wish if I could go back in time, I would have loved to have spent spring break skiing. I do not like
Well,
the beach. I would have rather gone skiing.
I'm the same way, Janet. Or Shirley.
well, look,
Boy,
I've
everybody's
seen
getting you
one
both of
half
us
a
mixed
dozen.
up.
Oh,
You know what?
But
With me, it's one half a dozen of another, and I'll tell you why. I can't stand the cold.
that's
Ashley, get your butt up here so that we can see you.
fine. But yeah, I mean, not. I mean, I mean,
Knew
if
that
I
was
put enough
coming.
layers on, I could tolerate the cold. I love it when it's
yeah.
chilly. I can't stand it when it's hot.
Well, you want to know something?
But
You do have a point. At least you could layer your clothes to keep warm. Just try taking off same said layers of clothes to keep cool.
yeah, then
It
you'd be
wouldn't cut it with the
yeah,
police.
yeah, you'd be arrested for indecent exposure. All right. But anyway, I think it's a good place to wrap up for tonight, don't you think?
I agree.
All right, so
I think
here's the
so.
game plan. Of course, tomorrow is Tune In Tuesday, and we'll have LaShawn tomorrow. I already talked to her yesterday. She said she will be a part of it tomorrow. So, yay!
Oh,
Awesome.
John,
Uh oh.
I know.
you're gonna get flirted with again. I think.
I think it's all good fun. Of course, Wednesday. Wednesday, of course, is
He's
Warzone
already
Wednesday.
blushing. He's already blushing.
Yeah, let's see. Well, anyway,
All right. Well,
Wednesday is Warzone Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to do Attention to One. Did we decide on a topic? I don't think we did we?
no.
We were talking about Asia doing about the whole Asian
Oh yeah,
attacks going on.
yeah, you're right. Okay, so
Well,
yeah, because I
we could
mean,
do my suggestion next time.
yeah, Janice suggested like the situation of being entitled, but we definitely can see that for next one. This is more important. So
Right.
because this one, because me as a Vietnamese American myself, this hits close to home for me.
And Friday. Don't forget our Friday game du jour, and
Yep,
it is.
family-friendly Cards Against Humanity.
And we hope to see you there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
All right, so let me.
Also,
Oh,
we want to make a mention before we Shirley, before you do that.
okay. Uh huh.
But we want to make mention that not this week, but next week on Wednesday, on March 31st, the official release of the airship map will occur in Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
As such, On the second, which is our game du jour, normally we would be having what would it been?
Get acquainted. It would have been
Mad Libs,
Mm-hmm.
Nearly Naughty Mad Libs. We're gonna postpone Nearly Naughty Mad Libs for. We're gonna possibly just reset the whole schedule or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that the airship just came out, we will be playing Among Us next week the entire and we are going.
Frodo?
Oh no, you're broken.
You're cutting
I'm here.
out.
Okay, yeah, you
Frodo.
cut off a little bit. It's like,
Yeah.
uh-oh, hope we're not losing him.
That been my internet. My bad.
Okay.
Anyway, we are going to be playing the new map exclusively live on air.
Yay! If it doesn't,
Consider it a
if Among Us doesn't have issues.
well, that's gonna be guaranteed, sadly, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
But next Tuesday will be a special
Really?
Among Us special.
Okay.
I will consider it because it's a new map.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I may not.
Now, as for
Go ahead.
we're gonna all be fresh in that map, so none of us. We're all. So don't worry.
Wait. Right. All right.
My internet's glitching. I'm gonna let you guys go.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Frodo.
See you
Take
tomorrow.
care, Frodo.
All right.
Take
He's
care.
Okay. Hang on. Let me
He's
play.
on.
Let
Hey,
me play. Let me play the ending here. Hold on. All right. So with that in mind, I'm gonna say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everyone have a great night. Sleep well. Stay safe. Be aware of the weather this week if you're in the southern plains going into the southeast. Okay.
And
Seriously.
also Iowa too, possibly.
Yeah.
I need to double check.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with that in mind, I bid you all good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tune In Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone. See you tomorrow.